welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. My name is Desiree and I am the owner and creator behind The Handmade Mom, where I create products that are mom and positivity focused. In today's video, I decided that I would tell you guys my journey in small business, where I started, how I started, why I started, and kind of everything that's led up to where I'm at now. So if you are interested in hearing that story, then continue watching. Okay, so as I mentioned in the intro, this is going to be just a video of me sitting down with you guys and chatting about my small business journey and sharing with you where I started, how I started and why, and kind of what led me to where I'm at now. So hopefully you guys will see that I am still very much in my very early baby phases of my small business journey. I don't have everything figured out. I have not been doing this for years and years and years. I don't have all my systems set in place. I don't have everything down to a T on best productions and best practices and whatnot. I don't have any of that figured out, but we're working on it. And hopefully we can do this together if you are in the same boat or a similar boat, or even if you're in the very beginning stages and you haven't made the leap to start a small business, or you're considering making the leap to start a small business. Then just knowing that there is other people out there that are in the same boat as you, that don't know what they're doing, but we're figuring it out as we go. I got you. I'm here for you. I'm with you. So my small business journey starts in 2015 when I decided that I wanted to create a space for me to share my creations that I was making in my craft room, which is where I came up with the name of Craft Room Creations. And if you were a part of my small business or my journey while I was called Craft Room Creations, let me know down in the comments, because I absolutely love you guys. You guys have a special place in my heart because you have been with me for a while now, for pretty much my entire journey. And I am so thankful to have you guys be a part of that. Anyways, yeah, so I started out as Craft Room Creations. Again, I just wanted to share the things that I was creating in my craft room. I didn't want to have goals of growing or selling anything or promoting anything. That wasn't my intentions with creating Craft Room Creations. I just wanted to share the cards that I was making, pretty much. I was making greeting cards, birthday cards, thank you cards, pretty much any kind of event or celebration that you would take a card to, I would be making a card for it. And I wasn't making cards that were just like a picture on a piece of paper. It was like really intricate type of cards. I made cards that would light up. I made cards that would have pieces that would move and spin. I made cards that, what else? Oh, I had a couple that I made where they would open up and they would play music or play a recording that I had put into there. I think my favorite one that I did was this one. If I can find a picture, I will add it somewhere on this video. But it was a card that I made for my brother for his birthday, and it looked like a candy dispenser. So it had a clear circle here with candy inside, and there was a turning mechanism that would actually allow him to dispense candy from the card. Yeah. I thought it was really cool. I really liked it. I probably could not just recreate it again. It would take a lot of practice and a lot of work, but I did that once. So yeah, I was making cards like that, and I just wanted to have a space to share that. So when I decided to do that for my birthday that year, my boyfriend, now husband, decided to be so supportive and so sweet. He actually made my email address. He made my Instagram account, my Facebook account. He even had a logo made by somebody, and what was the other thing? He did one more thing. Oh, he had shirts made. He had shirts made for me and him and my family and all of our friends, so that way they could all help promote and share and get me started on this journey. So that was so sweet, and I was so excited. I was so motivated to do it, but I just kind of left it at that. I kind of fizzled out fairly quickly. I got very busy with school. I was still in college at the time, and things just got really busy. It required a lot of my time and focus and energy to my schooling. So I just didn't have time to post consistently or create consistently, and I just kind of let it fizzle out. And that was like that for a few years. Now, fast forward to July of 2021, I had just had my daughter, and I was so in love with her. I was head over heels in love with her, and that love is what drove my next decision for my small business, which is actually probably the biggest decision so far that I've made. And there was one particular moment that really solidified this decision for me, which was we were in her nursery, and I remember I was sitting in the rocker with her. I had just finished nursing her, and she had fallen asleep in my arms, and she just looked so sweet and so peaceful, and I just was sitting there watching her, and all of a sudden I had this overwhelming feeling of, I love this little baby, and I never want to miss out on a single moment of her life. I want to be a part of all the big milestones. I want to be with her all the time. I never want to leave her, and just things like that. I was just overwhelmed by that feeling. And so in that moment, I made the decision to go from a hobby to a legit small business. So that same month, I went and filed for my business name. I did my tax stuff. I did, all the things I needed to do to create a legit business. So that's where we officially become official. So that's where I count my start date. But technically it's back in 2015. Anyways, from that point, I had to figure out what I was going to do next as far as what my plans were, what I was going to be offering, and things like that. I decided to start with markets, and I kind of offered a variety of things, like a very wide variety of things. And they were all things that I really enjoyed making. I had wreaths, I had cards, I had glassware, I had decals, shirts maybe. Like I literally had the whole gamut of things that you could think of. I had it probably in my booth. But anyways, I feel like I'm jumping all over the place. Back up just a little bit. October of 2021 is when I did my very first market. And like I said, I had a variety of things that I was offering and kind of didn't really have a specific category or niche, if you will. I was still very much trying to figure out what I enjoyed doing, what worked well for me, what sold well, what didn't, what people liked. And yeah, I just made what I enjoyed making and put it out there for that very first show, which was really scary to do. I had never really done anything like that before. I actually take that back. I did do one market when it was more of just a hobby. This was even like before I was engaged. So this was a while before we made this switch. So that was really just kind of like for fun and trying to see, oh, maybe this would be a thing. But I only ever did the one, and that was pretty much it on that. And it wasn't successful at all. So I learned a lot from that. But yeah, so if I can find that picture of that booth setup, I will actually try to post it here. And then the booth setup from my October 2021 market, I will try to post that here. So if I can find those. But anyways, so that was when I did my first market. And then from then on, I did pretty much for that whole next year, I did a variety of vendor markets. I went to so many different ones. I tried different ones. I went back to the same ones multiple times and really kind of figured out which ones I liked, which ones I didn't like, and also really refined my booth setup and my products that were available. And I'm still doing all of that now. So that point on, I had just done shows. Now, July of 22 is when we found out we were pregnant, and then a couple months later, when we go to our first appointment, is when we found out that they're twins. When we found out that it was twins, I wasn't surprised because I knew it going into the appointment, which I'll do that whole video on, finding out that we're pregnant with twins and kind of what that journey looked like, and even our birth story with them. I'll also do a separate video for my daughter's birth and kind of what that looked like, because we did have her in a transverse position, and so we did end up going through an ECV. I'll explain all of that, and I'll explain all the twin stuff in those separate videos when I upload those. So if you have made it this far and you are interested in seeing those, make sure you give this video a thumbs up to let me know. And also be sure to subscribe and turn on the bell notifications, so that way when I do upload those videos, you will be notified that I have done so. So anyways, we found out that they were twins. I wasn't surprised. I knew that it was coming. Like, I could just tell, I could just feel it. I just knew it in my gut that there was going to be more than one. But I also was very nervous for not only just my life to change, because I knew that was going to be a big change, but specifically for my small business, because I was now going to be going from 1 to 3, and all three of those kids would be under the age of 2, and it's a lot. It would be a lot, and I knew that it would be a lot of work. I knew that it would be just a lot to handle, and I wasn't sure what that would look like for my small business, but I did my best to prepare for it, and I'm trying to work through it and figure it out as I go. So what I decided to do was finish out the markets that I had already planned to do for that year. So the last market I did was November of 2022. It was my last big market of the year, and it was actually my most successful market so far. So I'm really excited to be able to do that market again this year. But anyways, I did that market, and then after that, I decided that I was going to transition my small business to online. So I now do most of my sales online, or through social media, direct messages, things like that. So I am now working on my process in that. I'm working on figuring out how to run my small business online now and run that from home. I am now currently a stay-at-home mom. I do have my 4-month-old twins and my daughter that I stay with at home and take care of while I'm trying to do this at the same time. So we are still in the figuring things out phase. I had gone this whole first year of my small business journey to figuring out and not perfecting, but really honing in on what I wanted my booth setup to look like and how things worked and how things ran for me, that now I'm basically starting over at ground zero again, because I'm not doing very many vendor markets. I'm doing most of my things online. So I am really trying to have to figure out how to do that, how to work Shopify, how to promote things, how to do marketing and all of that stuff. So that's kind of where I'm at now. And so far, I really enjoyed it. I definitely miss markets. I cannot wait till November. I will be doing the same market that I did last November, which I'm really looking forward to, and I cannot wait for that. But I am now just, like I said, working on online and trying to figure that out and trying to manage a wild house of 3 children under the age of 2. So I don't have it figured out. Like I said, I am still trying to figure out my scheduling and my timing and all of that, but we're still going for it. My twins give me just an extra push, extra oomph to really make this happen, and I'm doing it, and we're going to try our very best. We might not be successful all the time, but that's okay. So, all right, so I think that about covers everything. I think it gets all the main points from 2015 to now and kind of where we're sitting at and what we're working through now. So I appreciate you guys for watching this video and for getting to this point. If you have made it this far and you enjoyed it, please be sure to give this video a thumbs up and also make sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on the bell notifications. So that way when I upload those videos about my daughter's birth story and the twins' birth story, you will be notified when I have done so. If you have any questions for me or you would like to just reach out and chat and share your small business journey, then feel free to reach out either down in the comments or on Instagram. That's usually where I'm most active. And you can find me at The Handmade Mom TX, or you can also find me on Facebook at The Handmade Mom. So I appreciate you guys again. Thank you so much for watching this video and helping me grow in my small business journey. And I will see you guys in the next video.